Now let's start implementing queues. So the first thing that we can technically do is we can prepare a struct node, which will be having a bunch of properties. Let's keep them public as int data. And then we can keep a pointer node next. Okay. We'll be having pointer to the next node. And then what we can have is we can have another struct queue. Okay. Now inside this struct, what we can do is we can prepare the head and the tail of the linked list, right? Because the head is going to represent the I would say front, and tail is going to represent the back, and we are going to always add the new element at the back of the corresponding list. So this is something that we can do, right? So first of all, let's try to maintain a bunch of properties here, and let's do one thing. So we are going to maintain this, let's say node star head. There will be a head node pointer, and node star tail. There will be a tail node pointer. Okay, cool. And then we'll be having a constructor. We will say this dot head is equals to null, and we'll say this dot tail is equals to null. Okay, cool. Now we are going to write a function enqueue. Void enqueue. Okay, this is going to take a value x. We'll first of all check if the linked list is empty or not, because enqueue is going to be done at tail, add at tail. So we'll check if this of tail is equals to null or not. Because if the tail is null.
So, before moving forward in the video, if you are somebody who wants to learn the concept of AI engineering and actually make a career in the same field, then you are actually at the right place. Algocamp has launched its first AI engineering cohort, in which you will be able to learn state-of-the-art patterns on how to make these real-world production-grade ready AI applications. You will learn all the concepts from beginner to advanced, starting from basics of LLMs, understanding GPT's API, or let's say Claude's API, how you can actually set up RAGs in production, how you can make your own AI agents with a lot of interesting projects as well. You will be making projects including making your own code reviewing agent, making your own RAG pipeline which will be able to handle long running tasks as well, and whatnot. I list all of the projects here, and you can pause the video and check out all of them. This particular cohort will also help you understand behind the scenes of an LLM, so that you can understand how the LLM actually works, the neural network architecture, the transformers architecture, what was actually running before LLMs like RNNs and LSTMs. All of these concepts of deep learning also we will be actually covering. This particular cohort has been actually made sure that if you are somebody who knows nothing about AI engineering and wants to start your career in AI engineering, you will be able to actually do that. We will provide all of the required fundamentals, including Python, basics of Python, fast API, Docker, GitHub, and everything which will help you to start your learning as fast as possible. If you are somebody who is actually looking for a more structured way to learn AI engineering with people who are actually building these products in production, do check out the link in the description section below, and don't forget to use this particular coupon code to get massive discount on the price. So let's get back to the video.
That means head is also like, if the tail is null, that means there is no node actually, the whole list is empty. So what we are going to do, we'll create a new node. So node, new node, right? And we will say new node dot data is equals to x. And then what we're going to do is we'll say this arrow tail points to new node, and this of head also points to new node, right? And because we have kept head and tail as pointers, we can store the address of new node, right? So this is going to store the address of the new node. Else, if that's not the case, then what we are going to do, we'll say this dot tail dot next is equals to new node, right? And this arrow tail is equals to new node. I believe that's it. That should be good for enqueue. Then we'll write a function void dequeue. We will say if this of head is null, that means the linked list is empty. You will just return. Otherwise, you will say node pointer this of head of next. Okay, and let's call it as next node. Okay, then we will say this arrowhead is equals to, or this arrowhead arrow next is equals to null. This is something that we can do, right? So first of all, what we did, we checked if the linked list is empty, then we return because we don't have to do anything. Otherwise, we'll create a new, we'll get the next node. That is the new head that will become once we remove the head. Then we break the connection of the head with the next node, right? And then we make the head point to the next node, right? That's it. That's how you put it. And at last, if let's say by removal of this element, if the head becomes null, you need to also update the tail, that the tail should also become null. That's it. Now you can do int get front. All you have to do is if this dot head is equals to null, so let's say we will return int max for the time being. Otherwise, we'll return this of head of data, right? And let's do the same thing for back. Let's say I will write a function int get back, and let's do this for tail. We'll also write a function bool empty that can just tell that if head is null or not. If head is null, that means it is empty, otherwise not. And that's it. That's how you can implement queues. So here, what we can do is we can create a new queue, right? You can do queue.enqueue 10. Let's copy a bunch of enqueues. Then you will, let's say stdc out queue dot get front and queue dot get back. Then let's say you do queue dot dequeue, let's say 2 times, and then you check it again. Let's see what's the output if you run it. Okay, so at the front we are getting 10. Okay, let's enqueue different elements first of all. Okay, let's run it again. Okay, so at the front we are getting 40. That's problematic. Let's see what's the problem. Okay, my bad. I guess I did it opposite. At the front is okay, no. So front is actually at the head. This looks good. Back is actually at the tail. When you do enqueue, you are technically adding at the tail, right? And then updating the tail. Let's see what's the problem. Okay, so the problem here is that we are creating this as a stack variable. Let's try to do something else. So better way would be, let's create this node on heap. Okay, let's create this node on heap, right? And then what we'll do is we'll say new node of data is equals to x, and now this is already a pointer, so you don't need to do the address here, and this should be cool. Let's try to run it. Cool. Now it's working. So the only problem was when actually the function was coming back, this variable was actually getting removed from the memory, right? Now you can see when you enqueue one element, both front and back are same. Then you enqueue bunch of more elements. Then front is 10, back is 40. Then you dequeued twice. So 10 and 20 got removed and the front is at 30, back is at 40. That's how you can actually implement a queue. And all of these functions that we have implemented are in time complexity order of n. For enqueue, we have just used add at tail. For dequeue, we have just used remove at head. That's it. That's how you can implement a queue very easily and very efficiently.